Oh, it's one me. What me?
Call the meeting to order. Start with roll call.
Commissioner Allen?
Present.
Commissioner Norwood?
Present.
Commissioner Siragusa?
Present.
Commissioner Roberts? Here. Commissioner Stallings? Here. Commissioner Orr?
Here.
Mayor Pinkinen?
Here. Okay, item number 2, invocation and flag salute. Invocation will be given by Dan Scheidel of United Way of Enid. Flag salute will be Commissioner Allen.
Mayor, Councilor, please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, please empower us with the perseverance we need to continue working to improve our city and strengthen our fortitude to keep pressing on no matter what the obstacles and the challenges. May we be steadfast and unwavering in our prayers for this council, the staff, employees of our city, our community, and our practical actions to turn things around. Encourage us, we pray, by showing us the works that we do that bear fruit in our community. May your love and your compassion flow through us and to those around us. Give us empathy and concern for their misfortunes and suffering. Give us the compassion and understanding we need to know what those in our community are going through. Help us to love them. Help us not to judge or condemn, but rather come alongside them to offer support and to be your hands and your feet. Defend us from anything that would crush hope in our community, in our city. May confident expectations that good things are on the horizon rise up in our hearts. May we individually and collectively look to you as our ultimate hope and our champion. Give us faith in places of despair and resilience in place of resignation. Turn our anguish and desperation into elation and assurance. We ask all these things in your precious holy name. Amen.
Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Scheidel, and thank you, Commissioner Allen. Appreciate it. Item number 3, minutes. Item 3.1, consider approval of the minutes of the regular commission meeting of April 19th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion or corrections? Seeing none, please cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item 4, awards, presentations, proclamations, and organizational business. Item 4.1, present pet available for adoption at the city's Animal Welfare Department.
Today we have Harper in pen 16. She is a 3 to 4 month old healer mix. She is generally pretty calm. She does have puppy energy and healer energy. She's just all around sweet and loves to cuddle. And she likes hugs and kisses, apparently.
All righty, thank you. Item 4.2, consider an appointment to the Board of Adjustments. There's one vacancy and one applicant. The one vacancy is created because Mr. Brian Henry, who is approved to be on the MAPC, cannot serve on another board as well. So that's why we need to seek an appointment. Only one person applied for appointment to that position. It's Ms. Jade Powell. And if approved, Ms. Powell will serve through March 2025.
And she's here, if you want to hear from her.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Jade Powell, and I'm just looking forward to be able to serve my community in another capacity. Thank you.
Move to approve, Jade Powell.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Please cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Congratulations and welcome to the team. All right. Item 4.3, consider an appointment to the ADA Access Board. There's actually 2 vacancies. One of those vacancies requires the person to be disabled. Bill Harris, I believe, currently fills that position. He would like to seek reappointment. Others that are interested in the position are Tamara Mills and Tammy Rubel. So I'd like to ask each of those to come forward if they'd like to speak. Mr. Harris? Okay, not here. Tamara Mills?
Raleigh, could you help her with the mic, please?
I can do it.
Sure.
No, I think so. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm Tamara Mills. I'm employed at the city of Enid. I've been here 4 years, and I have been disabled ever since I was 19 years old. I have come across a lot of impediments in my life since I've been disabled, and I see areas where changes need to be made, and I see areas where changes have been made. And it's always encouraging to see where changes have been made, but there are still a lot of changes that need to be made. In fact, just today, I don't know if I should bring this up right now, but a Enid citizen pointed out to me that in the front of our building here, there is some rubber caulking type stuff that separates the curb area from the sidewalk area, and that caulking has come up and is buckling and come loose, and she walks with a cane and drags her feet like I do, and she was very concerned that that problem there might be a problem for other people as well as herself. So she wanted to bring it to my attention, and I wanted to bring it to your attention.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Next, Tammy Rubel. Okay. Don't see her here. So, council, go ahead. You've got your ballot there.
You also have the other.
Oh, yeah.
Do what? Well, this is for the first vacancy. There's 2 vacancies. So we're going to do this one first, then we'll do the at-large vacancy next, okay? Okay, so there's 3 people that are eligible for the disabled person. Go ahead and vote for who you'd like. Okay, I'd like to wait just a moment and let them count that up before we move on with the rest, because whatever happens there affects the next appointment. So we'll wait for just a moment. Okay, good idea. While they are tallying those up, what we will do is those that were seeking appointment to this position in the at-large that have not yet spoken, if they'd like to speak, they may do so at this time. Jade Powell.
Hello again. I'm getting exercise doing my public speaking stuff. I have spent the last, I'd say 17 years advocating for my daughter that has high-functioning autism. And I have found that I'm very versed with ADA compliance. And in addition, when I did work at the library and the city, we did have to keep that in mind with everything we were doing, whether we were replacing bookshelves or when we were rearranging our furniture in at our desks. So I'd just like this opportunity to serve my community again.
Okay, thank you. Michelle Solano.
Good evening, Commissioners and Mayor. I would like to thank you all for your consideration allowing me to serve on the ADA Access Board. I became disabled in 2009. I had a massive stroke that left me with left-sided paralysis. With several problems. I had to relearn lots of things like how to bathe, dress myself, walking, saying my ABCs, reading, writing, and saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I also worked for the state. Before I was disabled, I worked at Norris, and I took care of the physically and mentally disabled. And also, right now, I serve my community by passing meals to disabled and homebound on the second and fourth Saturdays every month. And I thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Michael Shook, I don't know if I've seen him here, don't think so. And the rest are either not here or have already spoken. So we'll take a look at okay, so the first position is going to be filled by Bill Harris. He received votes from Commissioner Allen, Commissioner Norwood, Commissioner Zaragoza, Commissioner Roberts, Commissioner Stallings, and Commissioner Orr. And Tamara Mills received 1 vote from Mayor Pankinen. Okay, so Bill Harris is the successful applicant for that position. That said, he won't be considered on the next ballot. We'll cross that name off. So your ballot now has the names Jade Powell, Tamara Mills, Michelle Solano, Michael Shook, and Tammy Rubel. So please indicate which of those that you would like to vote for and cast your ballots. While we're waiting for that to be tabulated, we'll move into public comments. Item 5 on the agenda. There are 4 people that signed up. They all signed up for public comments. Joyce Padgett. As a reminder to everybody, we try to keep our remarks to about 2 minutes, so please help me with that.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. Thank you for your time. It is very precious. The topic I am speaking about tonight is the rezoning of Southern Heights, which I have recently moved into. I'm familiar with Enid. My son was born here 40 years ago, so I'm familiar with a lot of changes that has happened over the years to Enid. With the rezoning from Southern Heights and the west side of the tracks from Grand to Van Buren, our concern is we know these lines were needed to be done, but once again, the properties, roads, sidewalks, street lights, waters, sewer upgrades, well, once again, we are afraid it's going to be put towards the west side, and once again, the east side be put off. I have driven both sides of our district and know that both are in terrible need of attention. Repairs and upgrades are historically done to the west side, but the east side will there again be put on hold. We have no sidewalks, no streetlights. Water pressure is almost non-existent, and I realize they have something in the works for the water and sewer to be done. Excuse me. It's also the sidewalks, the only sidewalks we have is around Government Springs. I have a daughter-in-law who's disabled. She does not drive, will never be able to drive. She has to walk everywhere she wants to go, not unless I or her husband provide that transportation. If she wants to walk her son to the park, she has to worry about going all the way down on the dirt roads, going underneath the bridges to cross over to get to Government Springs. We don't have any sidewalks to walk from the railroad tracks all the way down, say, 10th Street to the grocery store, to the convenience store. She doesn't have that because it's not safe. I know that sidewalks are just a small portion of what has to be addressed. And I do thank you for your time. And I know recently that a road repair was done, I believe, on the intersection of 3rd Street between State and Wabash. The street is great. It's so much smoother, but the intersections between State Street and Wabash are terrible. I can bury my car in both holes that are now created and was told they were finished. So, you know, if that could be further addressed. They put asphalt, which will not hold up for very long, but we're grateful for what has been done. Thank you for your time.
Ray Graves.
Good evening. I'm coming to you as a concerned citizen, as always. I went to the Dollar General store over there off by the Meadow Lake Park, and as I was standing in line to check out, was a gentleman in front of me. And I was showing him in the newspaper about how they said they want more funds to maybe get a bid to paint along that walkway, that pathway. And he said, it didn't matter to him. It didn't matter to him. The reason he said this, he said, because they never do anything over here. He said that, I said, well, go to the city council. He said, I had. He said, many a times, nothing's ever changed. He said, won't ever change. He said, it doesn't change for black, white, doesn't matter. He said, it doesn't change even with the police department. He said, nothing changes here in Enid. And I said, keep going, keep going. You all say you want the public to be a part, but if you're not making a difference for them, they're gonna stop. And that's what is happening. That is what has happened. Now, a lot of people might think because I said, men said to black and white. No, this is a white man, an elderly white man. And he was just done. When I mean done, he walked away after that. He has nothing to do with Enid anymore. He lives here, goes work, come home, does whatever he has to do, but he will not step up here again. Last time we had the city town hall meeting, it was done distastefully. I will say that because it was done on a night that we had a parent-teacher conference. No one's gonna be able to show up there. Why? They're concerned with that child, and I don't blame them. My concern was my niece that I helped raise. She was an excellent student, A student, everything. I went to every last one of her teacher council meetings, every last one of them. But I'm standing for this gentleman. He doesn't know, I don't know who he was. One of my ladies over there, she told me I should have got his name and his number to let him know that we are here for everyone in Enid. If you're gonna be here for everyone in Enid, you gotta be here. And I mean, you have to be here. Take what they need, help them, help them, help them, help them. Otherwise, they're done. And your city of Enid is not gonna work, not the way you want it to. So, thank you. I just want to speak on behalf of this gentleman. I know not his name, but I want to speak on his behalf. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Rose Carr.
Hello, my name is Lieutenant Rose Carla Van, retired DOC, and I want to say thank the city first of all before I say something. My street is blacktop, good. It was dirt at first, so I love it. I'm not happy because it could be better, but I'm happy, okay? Then my water was brown. Now it's not anymore. Thank you for that. It's cleared up now. And the street lights. Now the street lights are out from the railroad track to 10th Street. We don't have any street lights. And I was wondering what's going on with that. Does Enid turn the lights out, or does OG&E turn the lights out, or?
First I've heard of it.
First you heard of it?
It's been a while this time. I've already contacted OG&E the other night when I noticed that they were out. It's OG&E's situation to have them. It is a state highway on
Right,
top of that,
right.
so it's their
Right.
responsibility to get those back
It's
on.
their responsibility.
Yes, it is.
But
OG&E's.
I called OG&E and they said if they're not being replaced or repaired, it's the city.
Those have all been replaced from what I know of. Those are all LED lighting through there, so it's an issue with OG&E, and I made contact with them to let them know that.
Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just so everybody knows, anybody can report that to OG&E. It doesn't have to be the city or Commissioner Saragusa.
Okay.
There's an OG&E website. You can report burned out streetlights, or I know that they're responsive because I turned them in for one that was on my street, and guess what? They fixed it. So those lights, I wasn't familiar with their route, but is that on 412 or?
Yeah, it's on
Yes.
412 between.
Yes, right down the street.
They should get fixed, so we're happy to put in a request for that too.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. One more, Jerry Allen.
Thank you, Mayor. So a year ago, approximately this time, we got 3 new commissioners:
Exactly, I missed
Scott
that.
Orr, Whitney Roberts, Keith Saragusa. Congratulations on your first year. You've completed your freshman assignment. Now you're sophomores. You're going to be expected to know a lot more. You're going to be a lot more comfortable in your seat and what you're doing and how you're doing it. You're great people. I would go to war with you anytime. We battle it out and we fix things and we make the best decisions that we can. And I believe in each and every one of you. This is the last year for some of us. And so I celebrate you going into your sophomore year. Thank you all for being a part of this team. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared.
Echo your thoughts. Thanks, Jared. All right. We'll back up to item 4.3 for that second position, and I'll read the votes. They were as follows. Jade Powell received 1 vote from Commissioner Stallings. Tamara Mills received 1 vote from Commissioner Orr. Bill Harris did not receive any votes. Bill Shuck received 1 vote from Commissioner Allen. Tammy Rubel did not receive any votes. Michelle Solano, received votes from Commissioner Norwood, Commissioner Zaragoza, Commissioner Roberts, and Mayor Pankinen. So with 4 votes, she took that second seat, so congratulations, Michelle. Thank you. Okay. Item 6, administration. Item 6.1, consider the contract for sale of the Great Plains Bank Building to James S. Bryant for $275,000 and authorize the mayor to execute all necessary documents.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Please cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. All right.
So that brings an end to an odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Thank
was
you,
a
Ms.
successful odyssey, as is written in the Enid newspaper. If it's written in there, it must be true. Congratulations.
And I see Mr. Bryant here tonight.
Mr. Bryant on
Thank
the
you, sir.
beautiful building that you have.
All right. Item 6.2, remove from the table and reject all bids for project number M-2110C1, Great Plains Building Roof Replacement.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Item 6.3, consider a resolution amending the 2021-2022 Water Capital Improvement Fund project by appropriating additional funds in the amount of $1,733,863 to increase the 2021-2022 appropriated amounts for the Water Capital Improvement Department.
Yes, Mayor and Commissioners, on April the 18th, the Oklahoma Water Resources Board approved us for a $4 million loan. The term of that loan is 3 years. The total interest payments that will be made over that 3 years is $21,716. And right now, we're asking to appropriate $1.733863 for the Leona Mitchell water line that was previously removed from the budget that now we're using this funding source for.
Move to approve, and thank you for verifying that we only are on the 3-year contract and not a 20-year contract, and that we're only paying
Yes.
how
and it-
much?
21,716.
21,000?
And if you look in the FY23 budget document that was discussed tonight, it's on page 151, the amortization schedule of that loan.
Yes, but I'd read an article here in the local newspaper last week that we spent $900,000 out of the $4 million, and it was a very incorrect article, and it said that we had a 20-year loan deal in that article also. So I just wanted to verify so that everybody that's listening, we got $4 million loan from the water board. We only got to pay $3 million back. After we paid for the loan being written up, and after we pay interest on the 3 years, we had $9,000 left over that became our money. After that, we were able to turn around and take $1,733,000 to fix the Leona Mitchell, which was budgeted this year. And we'll have leftover, which we'll probably be budgeting for another waterline project, because this money can only be used for waterline projects.
Correct. The remaining 2.3 we'll talk about on Tuesday at the budget session then. Those funds were included in the budget next year, both as a revenue and an expenditure for 2 additional projects.
Okay.
Thank you for that clarification. I'll move to approve this.
Yeah. Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item 6.4, award. Thank you. 6.4, award a contract to Luckenbill Construction Company, LLC, Edmond, Oklahoma, for project number W-2122C, Leona Mitchell Boulevard Water Main Improvements, in the amount of $1,733,863, and authorize the mayor to execute all contract documents.
Morali, let me just say a word about this one. This is a great example of the city and the governing body here directing staff to rectify a longstanding problem, a problem with infrastructure that was just discussed. There's infrastructure problems throughout the city, but Southern Heights has been neglected. So I'm very excited for this item to be here. We just talked about the loan. It's a credit to the leadership of the city, and you're going to tell us all the great things, because we're not just getting the distribution line, we're getting some feeder lines.
That's right.
And we're getting good price.
Yep.
For $1.7 million of investment in infrastructure, which is probably our primary duty in the city.
Yep. Thank you. I think, Gerald, you hit all the highlights, so I'm just going to a little more details.
You got the map, you got the graphic.
All right. So you can see here on the right side, you see Garriott 412 and railway track on the top of the map, and the 7th Street on the bottom of the map, and the Steel Street on the south. So that is the total overall boundary of the project. So you can see all the highlighted water meters. There are about 200 meters. So we are going to touch every meter. We are going to replace the meters, and we are going to change the service lines from the building to the meter to the water line.
Okay.
And you can see right here in the red line.
Yep.
So that is the 12-inch trunk line that serves the majority of the proper subdivision. It ties to this 14-inch line, so it's going to provide the pressures and quality water down. And right here you see 3 different colors. Orange is the 4-inch lines, and the cyan is going to be a 6-inch lines. There are different lines types, and they install in before 1980s and after 1980s. So we are trying to eliminate the older lines and keep the age of the water. So this is the overall map. So for like whole project, we got about $1.7 million, includes trunk lines, service lines, and the loop lines. It covers the majority of the site.
All right.
And as soon as you award the project, we'll have pre-construction meeting scheduled. So the contractor is Luckenbill, so local contractor. We know we can get a good project out of it.
Okay.
How long do you think, when do you think the project will start, and how long do you think it'll take?
I have to meet with the contractor because there is a material delay, so we have to work out that.
Okay. All right.
I just wanted to thank you, Morale, and Gerald, and the whole city staff, and Commissioner Rob Stallings, and Commissioner Saragusa. This is very important, not just because of the neglect factor, but it shows that Enid is growing, and Enid has the potential to grow. Forgotten Ministries, who I work heavily with, this will enable them to be able to help combat some of the homelessness here in Enid, and help out some of the veterans here in Enid. And my mother and father, they've held off building their home because my mother will be retiring pretty soon. So now this will enable them to be able to do that, to know that if there was a great fire, they would have a chance to not lose those properties. And there's builders and contractors who are ready to develop in this area. In fact, we just poured a stem wall and foundation a month ago for a new home that's getting ready to be brought in. And my father, he's potentially getting ready to build some duplexes, some multi-home residents, and other things. So some great things are getting ready to happen. And anytime you take a blighted area or your weakest area and begin to empower it and give quality of life to individuals that have never experienced that, you're actually making your city stronger. Economically, you're making it safer. So I want to thank you all for that. And Commissioner Saragusa, we're working strongly together, and Commissioner Rogers in our areas, because you know, we have areas that have been overlooked for a long time, and it's time that we do something about it. So with this, along with my heart for our children and our youth, great things are really happening in Enid. And I will say, next year is my last year as a city councilman, but as of tonight, after seeing what I'm seeing, I plan to run again. I just want to announce that. I plan to run again after tonight. I just want to thank you all.
Would you like to move this project?
Yes.
Because I'll second it in a heartbeat.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second that.
Okay.
I want to thank you all.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, please cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you, Commission. Thank you, City. Thank you all for helping us to do something that's been long overdue. All right. Thank you. Item 6.5, consider resolution of the Mayor and Board of Commissioners of the City of Enid dissolving the Special Sales Tax Oversight Committee and providing that presentations concerning the public safety tax revenue shall take place at City Council meetings. I think we talked about that a little bit earlier. I don't know if anybody's going to.
Yeah, I think Chief and Carol can talk about it. It's a pretty simple resolution. Chief, you want to just run through it again? Two meetings to this body?
Sure.
So as we discussed before, the intent of this is not to do away with oversight of the special sales tax. It's just to shift the responsibility from what had been a committee appointed by the commission to the commission themselves, who actually oversee the budget and approve the budget. So it's just putting the oversight back into your hands to get another chance to take a look at it and see progress with the expenditure, the spending of the monies throughout the year.
Okay. Good, nice summary, thank you.
So when will you be updating them? Is it twice a year?
Well, the resolution says at least once a year.
Oh,
The recommendation was twice a year.
I think we'll do
And
twice.
we talked about potentially July and December being a pretty good time. We can set that schedule to kind of see what fits best for everybody. Obviously, this time of year might be a little bit busy for something like that, but we can definitely pick the best time of year where that be appropriate to do.
Okay, good. Thanks, Chief.
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item 6.6, consider a resolution authorizing the Enid Municipal Authority to purchase a letter of credit for the purpose of landfill financial assurance as required by the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality.
Yes, Mayor and Commissioners, this is the annual item that's brought forward to you. Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality requires that we have a financial assurance mechanism, and they have a list of about 8 or 10 different ways that we can do that. We've looked through that. The cheapest way that we can fulfill that requirement is to issue a letter of credit. In order for the authority to enter into any debt, a resolution has to be passed by the city to allow them to do that. And so that's what this resolution is asking for.
Okay.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Please cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you.
Yeah.
Item number 7, consent agenda items.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item number 8, recess to convene as the Enid Municipal Authority. Item number 9, all trustees of the Enid Municipal Authority regular meeting are in attendance. Item number 10, the Enid Municipal Authority regular meeting is now in session. Item 10.1, consider a resolution increasing the 2021-2022 fiscal financial plan for the Enid Municipal Authority in the amount of $1,733,863.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item 10.2, consider approval of the purchase of a letter of credit with Security National Bank, Enid, Oklahoma, for landfill assurance as required by the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality in the amount of $32,222.01.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item 10.3, approval of claims in the amount of $513,625.19.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item number 11, adjourn to convene as the Enid Economic Development Authority. Item number 12, all trustees of the Enid Economic Development Authority regular meeting are in attendance. Item number 13, Enid Economic Development Authority regular meeting is now in session. Item 13.1, approval of claims in the amount of $53,040.95.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item 14, adjourn to convene as the Enid Public Transportation Authority. Item number 15, all trustees of the Enid Public Transportation Authority regular meeting are in attendance. Item 16, the Enid Public Transportation Authority regular meeting is now in session. Item 16.1, approval of claims in the amount of $6,815.87.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Cast your ballots. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Item number 17, adjourn to reconvene as the Enid City Commission. Item number 18, executive session. Item number 18.1, consider convening into executive session to discuss the unacquired real property interest for the Caw Lake Pipeline and possible lawsuit against the City of Enid concerning recent policy change of the Public Library of Enid and Garfield County and reconvene into regular session to take any necessary action.
Move to,
Go into
go into executive session. I was going to say convene.
Motion and a second. Please cast your ballots. Okay, motion carries 7-0. Thank you. We'll reconvene after the executive session. Meet you upstairs. You got about a 10-minute break.